Hi. Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to LisaBug Yoga by the Pool. Today we have a yoga sculpt class where we'll be using light hand weights to enhance some of our yoga poses with strength training. Now, if you don't have hand weights at home, maybe grab a couple of canned goods or a couple of full water bottles. That works great. Or without weights whatsoever is perfect. So this is going to be a nice, vibrant practice. Do what you can. Work at your own pace, take breaks when you need to, and listen to your body. Make this just right for you. We are going to start at the top of our mat. Your hand weights, if you would place them right next to the top of the mat, we're going to use them after we start our warm-up this morning. So let's come into mountain pose. Your feet can be tight together or hips distance apart, standing nice and tall. If you'd like to, close your eyes, come inside and just check in. See how you're feeling today, physically, mentally, emotionally, and bring yourself into the present moment. Allow the movement of the breath to remove all distractions today from your practice. We'll take a nice big inhale, sweeping the arms up, press the palms together, and as you exhale, sit into chair pose and just hold your chair. Now today, when we're using our hand weights, you will have your weights right here in your Anjali Mudra, your prayer pose. So we're going to practice just reaching straight up without weights. Inhale, exhale, and pull back into chest. So if you're choosing not to use weights today, this is your movement here without using the weights. Breathe in, stretch, maybe a baby back bend, and exhale, starting to warm up the legs, the shoulders. Focusing on our breath. 2 more repetitions. Inhale and exhale. 1 more time. Breathe in and breathe out. Just return to your mountain pose. Sweep the arms out and up. Take a side bend over to the right. Stretch and breathe in and exhale out. 2 more. 1 more, opening up the rib cage. Inhale, up, hold, press palms, and drop thumbs to the heart. Okay, if you're using weights, let's pick them up, bring them right to the chest. Yes, they're a little bit heavy, Carol, but if you need to set them down, feel free to do that today. All right, weights are at your chest. You're in that Anjali Mudra prayer pose. Sit down into your chair, and we'll just rise up. So at any time, if you feel like your arms are getting tired, we can just do the pose and leave out the strength training. I want you to do what's right for your body today. So there's many forms of yoga sculpt. Sometimes you'll see classes done with some cardio intervals, even jumping jacks and running in place. But today we're just going to enhance our regular yoga flow practice with the use of our hand weights. Building strength in the legs. So we start to add the arms just as we did in our warm-up, extending up and sitting down. So we start to feel this work in our shoulders, and you are going at whatever pace feels good for you today. And 3 more repetitions. Knees are tracking over the feet. Nice and strong, rooted position in our Pada Bandha, that foot lock. And sit down into that chair, hold 3 breaths, check your shoulders back and down. We're using our biceps very subtly right here, holding the weights in front of our body. Now as you press up, hold those arms above the head, bend your elbows, reaching the weights behind you, and straighten. Good. So our choice to start to work on a little bit of balance today is as we straighten the arms, lift up off the heels a little bit, raise up and down. And again, you can have those feet tight together for our classical yoga position, or maybe hips distance apart. or you can leave out the calf raise. Either way is fine. Good, one more time, raise up. Bend the elbows. Now just straighten the arms. Bring the weights to the chest, sit into your chair. We're gonna make this a combination. So inhale up, bend your elbows, exhale. Inhale up, exhale, sit into chair. So we've got an overhead press, a tricep extension, and then we finish that overhead press right underneath the chin. And just like a yoga flow practice, we connect the breath with the movement of the body. Does anyone try to go up on those toes? All right, so we can add that toe raise. Inhale, bend the elbows, exhale, up and down to chair. So any of those pieces you can choose to use or not, whatever feels good for your body today. Yoga is an all-inclusive practice for everyone. Let's do 2 more repetitions. Good, one more time. And down to chair, hold. So just keeping your weights here right at your chest, we'll do flight of the bird without the arms. So we step the right foot back into crescent lunge and then step forward. Step the left foot back and step forward. So again, we can do this without using the weights at all. Or to add the arms, we open out into goalpost arms and then close back in front of the chest. Open and close. Now notice when I close together, I'm in chair, so the knees stay bent through this whole process of work. So we're really strengthening the quads and the glutes. You're going at your own pace. We inhale to open, exhale to close. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. Now remember, arms get tired, you just continue going, keeping the weights at the chest. 1 more each side. Good. Hold your chair, rise up to mountain pose, resting your arms, and we keep a light grip on the hand weights. Try not to squeeze too tight, let your fingers be loose. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Nice long spine. Bring those weights back to your chest, sit into chair. Flight of the bird, right foot only. Step back, hold. Now we go with the arms, up and down, up, down. You can keep the legs still, or we can rise and drop. Rise and drop. Your choice. Or again, you can leave the arms out, just go right here with legs. Good, we have 4 more this side. 4, 3, 2, hold on 1. Hold. When you're ready, step in, close the arms, rise up to mountain pose to relax the shoulders. Stand on your right foot, come into tree. Your palms are facing outward, chest is open, easy bicep curls. Good. So we're working on balance with a little bit of strengthening for the opposing muscles we just worked in those overhead presses. Your tree pose is wherever you want it to be. You can have your big toe on the floor. You can bring that foot up to the inner thigh. Just be careful of placing it on the knee joint. 1 more time, curling the arms. And set that foot down. Bring the weights to the chest. Sit down into your chair pose. Left foot steps back to your flight of the bird. Hold. Just the arms. Go up and down. Up and down. And if you choose to add the legs, we rise and fall. Now you can make this really small range or sink it to where that back knee almost touches the ground. You choose that range of motion. Good. Exhale. Exhale. 4 more reps. Reach. Building strength in the shoulders and the triceps. 2 more. Then hold your flight of the bird. When you're ready with balance, close and step in and come back up to mountain. Stand on your left foot. Turn your right knee out into your tree. Your palms are facing outward. We curl and lower down. Good. So I have my shoulder blades really tucked back in towards one another to lift the heart, create space for the front of the shoulders, right through the collarbones. My fingers are really loose on the weights. We've got 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Set that foot down. Bring the weights right to the chest. Sit down into chair pose. Right foot steps back, fly to the bird. Press above the head, rise, fall, close back in. Left foot steps back. Rise, fall, close back in. Now again, you can take any of these pieces out of the movement. Arms can be just at the chest. You can just do the legs. Take the rise and fall out. Wherever you want to be today. Step in, step back. We have 2 more on each leg. We work a balance here with a big step back. Nice. 1 more each side. Maybe feeling your heart rate coming up a little bit. Last one on the left. Close in, chair. Find your mountain pose and roll the shoulders a couple times up, back, and down. Nicely done. All right, inhale, sweep those arms up. Soften your elbows and swan dive down into forward bend, placing your hand weights down onto the mat. Step back to all fours, hands and knees. I'm going to give you a side view here. So we're going to come into spinal balance, taking one of your weights into your right hand. Elbow is up. And just practice straightening the arm and bending the elbow to about 90 degrees. If that feels good for you, you'd like to add that opposite leg. Your left leg reaches back, and we straighten up and down, up and down. So try not to swing the weight forward. We have the shoulder nice and anchored. The pelvis is level. Nice neutral spine, abs are zipped up. A little bit of our Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha action. 3 more. 3, 2. Hold it up right here. Lift the arm. It's up, up, up. Now, if this is hard with a straight arm, you can bend your elbow and lift up, up. Little tiny pulse at the top. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set that weight down, lower your knee, reach out to your child's pose. Take a nice stretch there. Couple breaths. You can always come to child's pose at any time you need a little breather. All right, let's rise up. You have the weight in your left hand. I'm going to give you a little turn on the camera. So left elbow is up. And just try the exercise first. We straighten, bend to 90 degrees. If this feels okay for you, find that core connection and extend your right leg back. And then check your shoulder blades. Make sure the shoulders aren't creeping up next to the ears. Shoulder is nice and stable. Abs are zipped up. 6. We never want to sacrifice our yoga pose to work the strength. So if you need to set that hand weight down, feel free to do so. Now straighten that arm up, hold it. Tiny lift, straight up. It's lift, lift, lift. Remember, the elbow can be bent to finish this exercise right in here. Shorter lever is a little easier. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set the weight down, bring your knee back in, reach out into child's pose, take a nice recovery, breathe. And then we'll tuck the toes, lifting the hips into downward facing dog. Very slowly pedal out your feet, pressing one heel at a time into the mat. Raise up onto the bones of both toes, lifting the heels high, and push both heels nice and evenly into the mat. And hold this beautiful down dog. 3 breaths. Two more breaths. Now lift your right leg, stretch it up, take a big step through towards the top of your mat, planting your, did I say left? Right foot. Planting your left foot down, I'm going to mirror the camera, come into warrior 1. So in warrior 1, our back heel is down, the heart is lifted. Pick up your hand weights as you come up, and we'll bend the elbows about 90 degrees, lift the arms out, and close it in. Nice and slow. And with our shoulder raises, we want to be sure not to come any higher than the shoulders. Now to make it a little harder, the arms go longer, not higher up, so we can lengthen out and down. Good, nice and slow, feeling the integrity of our yoga pose. Now if our chest is lifted, we're isolating that middle part of our shoulder. Good, just 4 more, nice and easy. Feeling the weight into that front foot, Pada Bandha. Nice work into your front thigh. 2 more, up and down. 1 more time, rise and hold. Now if we change the position of our body, we can work the shoulders differently. So start to hinge forward into a partial humble warrior. Your arms are now straight down, and as we open, we work the backs of the shoulders. Nice long spine. Check your head position. Make sure it's neutral. Shoulders are away from the ears. Good. We have 4 more repetitions. Remember, your elbows can be bent 90 degrees, or lengthen those arms nice and long to challenge the strength. 1 more repetition. Then press through that front leg, pull yourself up, give yourself a couple shoulder rolls. So I have 1 more challenge for you on this side. We can challenge our balance by coming into warrior 3. If you prefer not to do warrior 3, you'll do humble warrior again. So we reach down, lift off the back leg, find your balance, open the arms out and down. So whatever pace works for you for this movement, we want to make it slow and controlled. Woo, tip into the side. 4 more repetitions, open out, 4. 3 more, squeeze the shoulder blades, back of the shoulders. Feel the work in the standing leg, 2 more. Last one. Then carefully set that left foot back down to the mat, roll your shoulders. Okay, to switch sides, reach the hands down to your mat, push back to your down dog. You can also take a child's pose here. Then we'll lift the opposite leg, that left leg straight up, take a nice big step forward, grab your weights as you come up, plant the back foot for your warrior 1. Now remember, option here, we can keep the elbows bent as we open out and down. So whenever we lift our arms, there's a chance our shoulder blades are going to hunch up and shrug, and we'll shorten our neck. So I really want you to connect with your lats and keep those shoulders down. We have 4 more. You can lengthen the arms out and down, and 3 and down. Nice and strong through the legs. 2. One more time. Good. Now take your time to come forward about 45-degree angle, and the weights are hanging down on opposite sides of your shins. Open out nice and slow. Open and close. At your pace, 8 repetitions. You want to leave the strength training out, you can just quickly set your weights to the mat and just let your arms flow out and in, just with the weight of your arms. 3 more reps. 2 more. Open and close. 1 more time. Press through that front leg, rise all the way up. Maybe take a shoulder roll or 2. And then you decide if you want that challenge of balance. We shift back forward, lift off the back leg, open and close. 8 and down. 7. So your eye gaze should be right at the floor with a neutral head position. You don't want to crank your neck forward to look up into the camera. So just really focus on that good alignment of the spine. 3 more reps. Open. Close. Nice active legs. 2. 1 more. Carefully set that foot back down. Finding your warrior 1. Reach hands down. Set the weights to the mat. Push back to your down dog or child's pose. Looking good, everybody. Now from your down dog, shift into high plank from the knees or the toes. Nice and strong. We'll hold our plank for strength of the core. Now you can bring those knees down. This is great as well. And we'll tap the toes off the side of the mat. Right and left. Right and left. Just really check your posture. Make sure your bum isn't up in the air. Abs are in. We breathe. 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Hold that plank. Hold it, hold it. Then push into your down dog. Open up through the shoulders. We'll drop our knees, rest in child's pose for a couple breaths, resting the arms. And then rise back up to your downward facing dog. Lift your right leg, stretch it up, take a nice big step through and set up for warrior 2 and bring your hand weights with you as you come up. So we have warrior 2, right knee in front, stacked right over that ankle. We're just going to put this front hand, the right hand, with the weight right at the crease of your hip. This left arm, we press up and down. So we're going to take this into a little mini side angle pose. So we go over and up. Doesn't have to be too far. If you don't want the weight, set it down and just use the arm as you normally would. We're opening up through the waistline. If the side angle doesn't feel good, but you want to use the weight, you can stay right here. Good, just 3 more. Up and down. 2 more. 1 more time. And then just release this arm either at your hip or down your thigh. Other arm, palm is up. We lift and lower. Now this brings us into a mini reverse warrior. So we come up and down, up, down, little shoulder raise. Palm is up to free up the rotator cuff. Want to make sure you don't feel any tension or strain in your shoulder. Now hold this one up. Bring that weight right here. We bend the elbow, tricep, down, up, down, up. Now if you want the other arm to join, bring it up together, down, up, down, up. Good, you choose. Just 8 more. If you need to slow it down, that's okay. 7. Abs in. Good, warrior 2 position. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up. Pull those weights right into the chest. Good. Bring hands to your hips. Pivot your right foot in. Pivot your left foot out. So we're back into that warrior 2. Excellent job. So this time the left hand is going to be at the hip crease. The right arm just presses straight up and down. So I want you to get used to the movement before you start to add your side bend. Then if you're ready for it, take it over and bring it in. So that little extra workload just puts more work in your core and places it differently into the shoulder. Stretch. We let that hand weight help us to open up the rib cage. 3 more this side. Reach. 2 more. Stretch. 1 more. And release. This hand can either be at your hip or down your thigh. Turn your left palm up. We rise up and down. So we can just do the arm and not use the upper body at all, or we can take it back a little bit into that reverse warrior. A little side bend. Inhale. Exhale. 4 more. Check the alignment of that left knee. Make sure it's over the ankle. 3. You can always set those hand weights down. 2. Fingers are loose on the weight. Hold it up. Now just lift that arm. Bend the elbow. We go down, up, down. Good. You can stay with the single arm or let both arms join in together. Down, up, down, up. Can you pull your abs in a little tighter? You can use one arm here. 7, 6, 5. Just 4 more reps. 4, 3, 2. Hold it up and bring those elbows down in and turn that foot so both feet are parallel. And then bring both heels slightly inwards. So toes are rotated out. Squat down into our goddess squat. So a nice wide plie position. And we press up and down. Good. So on this exercise, I want your wrists and your elbows parallel to each other. We're going to drive straight up and down. Good. So this is a nice safe position for our shoulders here. We keep the elbows in front of the body. Nice job. Squat down, just the arms. It's up, down, up, down. We're holding that goddess squat. If the arms are tired, you can do alternate right and left. If shoulders are tired also, you can do bicep curls, right and left, or both arms together. Lots of things we can do here for the arms while we're holding that goddess squat. Good. 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7. You're low into that squat. 6. Working those legs. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold the weights at the chest. Press up through the legs. Good. And soften as you swan forward. Set your weights down onto the floor. Turn both feet to parallel. Take a nice downward dog position for the shoulders to rest the arms. Breathe, broaden through your shoulder blades. Ooh. And then we'll walk our hands over toward that right side foot, pivot around, set your left knee right down onto the mat. We're here in our low lunge position. Grab hands behind the back so we can take a nice chest expansion stretch. Open up through the pecs. We're opening up this hip flexor as well, so really drop down into that nice pose here. And then release your fingertips down, straighten your front leg, shift into a nice hamstring stretch. Try to level off your hips and your pelvis. And then we're just going to take this leg and swing it back so we're back to our knees. Bring both of your hand weights right in front of you. We're going to practice a little chaturanga push-up with your hands wrapped around your hand weights. So this is a great way we can keep our wrists straight. So I want you to try to bend your elbows and press up. Now, if you don't have weights, your hands are just flat like you normally would. You can do this from your knees or from your toes. Now, if from the knees is even still a little bit difficult, bring your knees underneath you a little bit and do an all fours tabletop push-up. So we do one push-up, then pull the right elbow up. Do one push-up, pull the left elbow up. And just repeat. If you want to leave the push-up out, then you stay on all fours and you alternate a single arm row, pulling back and pulling back. If you really want to make that challenging, come to a high plank position, pull one elbow back, pull one elbow back. So wherever you want to be, adding the push-up, taking it out, any posture alignment. "15 seconds. Last one, and press back into your child's pose. So now we'll step the left foot forward. I'll turn to face the opposite way on the camera for our low lunge. Reach hands behind your back, open up through the heart, lift the throat, breathe. So we just worked those pecs and triceps quite a bit, so we want to stretch it out. Drop into that hip flexor. Abs are engaged. And then we'll reach the fingertips down to the mat, straighten out the left leg. Drop the chest down, feel that nice hamstring stretch. Your foot here can be flexed up to give you more length down the back of the calf. Two more breaths. And rise up. Transition to lying on your back for bridge pose, and you want your weights close by. So you can take one on either side of your mat. And then place your feet about hips distance apart. Nice connection to the mat. Make sure your weights are within close reach. And for now, we'll just roll up to bridge and roll back down. Just mobilizing the spine, tucking and lifting, and rolling down. 3 more repetitions. Find a nice comfortable height, squeeze your glutes. Make sure your knees are in alignment with your hips and your feet. Now, one more bridge and we'll hold this one at the top. Nice and steady, hips are level, grab your hand weights. The weights are right above your chest, and we open the arms out for a chest fly and close in. Inhale, exhale. So there's a lot to think about here. We want those hips to be nice and lifted, feeling the work in the backs of the legs and into the glutes. Our core is working to stabilize the pelvis, and then the fronts of the shoulders and the pecs as we open out and close. Then we connect the breathing to this movement. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. 2 more repetitions. 1 more. Weights are up. Roll down from your bridge. And then set your weights next to the sides of your body. Pull knees up into the chest. Maybe rock a little bit side to side. Take a little counter position. 1 more exercise in bridge. Set your feet down. This time we're going to widen our feet out a little bit more than we were before, with toes slightly turned out. Roll up into bridge. We can come up a little higher in this position. Lift those arms up. Set your weights right next to each other. Bend your elbows and straighten. Tricep extensions. Hips are lifted. Glutes are squeezing. Now we can move our bridge just a little bit here. And as you bend your elbows, let your hips drop and lift. Drop and lift. Inhale and exhale. 4 more. Shoulders are stable. It's just the elbows bending and straightening. 3, 2. Hold the arms up, hold the hips up, and then roll down from your bridge. Set your weights next to you on the mat. Hug your knees into your chest. And we'll come into tabletop position. So I'm going to have my hips and my knees in alignment here. Grab your hand weights. Bring them back up right above the shoulders. The right arm goes out and up. The left arm goes out. And as we alternate sides, I want you to notice the effort that's in your core. We want either a neutral spine on the mat, or you can slightly imprint your lower back down into the floor. So we'll continue to alternate arms out and in. And we'll add the opposite leg extending straight out. So as the right arm goes out, the left leg extends. Bring it in. Left arm, right leg. Nice core connection. This is a little bit like spinal balance, where we have that opposite arm and leg extending away from the body. Brace your abs. You can do this without your weights. 2 more on each side. One more each side. Brace the abs. Breathe. And then lower your feet down. Release the weights. Take your arms out like a T, away from the sides of your body. Bring your knees back up to table. Squeeze them tight together. Oblique rotation. Drop your knees over to one side, not quite touching the mat. Come back up and drop to the other side. Side to side rotation. Now your shoulder blades are down the entire time. Core is braced. Two more times each side. Nice and strong through the core. One more time each side. Nice gentle twist through the spine. And back to center. We're back into table. Grab your hand weights. Bring them straight up. Connect them together. Arms go over the head. Straight arms. Pull back up. This is a lat pull. So it's going to work the upper back, a little bit of triceps. If 2 weights is too heavy, set one down. And we'll layer on an option. We can extend one leg away as the arms go over the head. Pull it back in. Other side. Nice and braced through our core. Working the upper body. Now, if you have the core strength for it, both legs can go long and bring them back in. You choose any portion of this exercise that feels great for you. Make sure you're breathing. Three more repetitions. And 2. One more time. Come back in. Set your feet down and release your hand weights. Let's come into figure 4 stretch. So we'll take the right ankle, cross it over the left thigh, bring the knees up, reach behind the thigh, and stretch through the glutes and hips. You just relax and breathe. Eyes are closed. Let your heart rate start to slow. And stretch. One more breath in. And exhale, lower those legs. Switch sides, crossing left ankle over right thigh. You should have a flexion in this foot. Reach through the legs, pull the knees up towards the chest, and relax through your hips. One more breath in. Exhale, release it down. Hug both knees right up into the chest. And you can either rock yourself up a couple times to come up to seated, or you can roll over onto your side. And hand weights are right next to the sides of the body for Navasana, boat pose. So with our boat pose, we sit back off the sitting bones a little bit, lift the heart. We can grab the hand weights and actually just lift the legs here and use the hand weights to hold on and to stabilize our body. This is great to be able to help us with our boat. Or we can lift the arms up to use the shoulders isometrically as we hold this position. Your feet can be down on the floor. Close your eyes and breathe. Inhale and exhale. "15 seconds. Arms can come down if you need to. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down, set your feet down. Allow your knees to open out. Baddha Konasana stretch, fold through the middle. My lower back says thank you for that. And we'll come back into our Navasana, but doing a half boat pose. The right leg only extends out. Grab your hand weights, lean back, and we open out and close. Open and close. 3 more. Palms are up. 2. 1 more. Set weights down. Sit yourself up. Open the knees. Fold through. And we have 1 more side to do. Let's sit up. Take that left leg lifted, half boat pose. Lean back. Optional weights. And open and close. 5. Working the shoulders and the abs. 4. How's everybody doing in the backyard? Woo! I think that's 5. And weights are down. 1 more Baddha Konasana. Fold right through the center. And then come up, lengthen your legs out nice and long in front of you. Palms of the hands come back behind your shoulders. We'll open up through the pecs and lift up into a reverse plank. 1 more core exercise for the day. Working the posterior chain and stretching through the shoulders and the chest. And then lower those hips down and rest. Pull your right knee right in towards you. You can place this foot flat on the floor or cross it over. Right hand reaches behind to create a second spine and rotate. Look over that right shoulder. Breathe. So for pulling the knee in towards us, you might feel a stretch through your hip as well. And come out of that twist. And we can either fold this leg across for a half cow face, or the sole of the foot can come to the inner thigh. Take a nice big deep breath in, stretch up, and exhale, stretch. If you have a strap there with you, feel free to wrap that around the bottom of the foot. Let everything go, let any tension soften through your back, through your belly. Inhale, reach up, lift, and exhale down. We'll switch legs. Right leg extends. Left knee bends, either on the same side of the thigh or across. Hug that knee in and rotate. And we'll come back to center, either folding the leg in front, stacking the knees for cow face, or the ankle and foot to the inner thigh. Stretch, inhale, and exhale, and fold. Relax your low back, hamstring, allow your hips to open. Give yourself some positive self-talk for a great job today, for a good challenge for your body, staying strong and healthy, happy and at peace. And inhale, reach the arms, and exhale. Find a comfortable position for final relaxation. So you can stay seated if you'd like a seated meditation, or rolling onto your back. Your knees can be bent or legs extended out long. Just take a moment to notice how you feel today as compared to the moment class began. Just checking in any sensations that you have in your body. And allow your mind to clear. And bring your awareness to the breath. And we'll take in just a few cleansing breaths to kind of rid our lungs and our bloodstream of toxins and the metabolism that we perform during our class today. So take a nice big inhale through the nose, then exhale forcefully through the mouth. You can make a little sigh. Inhale through the nose, let it go. 3 more cleansing breaths. Inhale. 2 more. Deep inhalation. Full exhalation. Last cleansing breath. And just allow your breath return to a very normal rate. Check your body for any areas you might be carrying tension. Relaxing through your forehead, in between your eyebrows. Your eyelids are soft and heavy. The limbs are heavy into the mat, arms and legs. And the head and the neck are in nice alignment. Lengthened on your mat, right and left sides, front and back of the neck. And we pause to call to mind something or someone we're especially grateful for today. Then just bringing your awareness to your hands, close them into a gentle fist, and then spread the fingers wide, stretching them open. And we close and stretch the fingers open. Twice more, close the hands and stretch open. Once more, close and stretch open. We'll make a soft fist and circle your wrists around. And then reverse direction. Then let your hands open back out. Reach both arms above the head on your mat or seated and stretch. Then with your right hand, grab your left wrist. And if you're laying on your back, cross your left ankle on top of your right and slightly open up the left side of your body. If you're seated, just bend over to that right side. And then release that. With your left hand, grab your right wrist, cross your right ankle on top of your left. You're making a little half moon shape. And back up to center. As you lower your arms by your side, you can pull your knees up to chest if you're laying on your back, or perhaps roll over to a side and choose the best way for you today to come to a seated position. Once you arrive seated, find your sitting bones gently placed into the mat, grounding into the earth. Feel your pelvis level, front and back, right and left, and lengthen your spine all the way up through the crown of the head. Our shoulder blades are back, the heart is lifted in our proud seated position. We'll sweep the arms out and up together, placing the palms together above the head, and we'll pull our thumbs into the forehead. for positive thoughts for the rest of our day. And bring the thumbs to the lips for positive words. And thumbs to the heart for positive actions. And the light and love that resides within me honors the light and love in each of you. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today, both online and in person. I didn't introduce, I have Carol here, I have Nancy, I have Chris, I have Fern, Melissa, Linda, back over here, Joanne and Ashwini with me today. And all of you online, thank you for practicing with me. I'll shut the recording off and I'd love to say hello to any of you who are with me. And let me know how you did today with our sculpt practice.